Welcome to the Authentically Elisa podcast, Reshaping Business with Integrity, the podcast where we explore how to run your business authentically and with integrity. I'm your host, Elisa Bogarts, a business coach and launch manager, helping coaches launch their programs and events that align with their business values. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to building a successful business without sacrificing morals, ethics, authenticity, or heart. Let's dive in. All right, so let's dive into today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about turning one-on-ones into an endless stream of referrals. And today, my guest is Phil the Connector Herrington. So Phil the Connector Herrington is the founder of the Connector community and creator of the Connector Code. With over 40 years in sales, including 33 years of cold calling and over 5,000 one-on-ones, Phil has built a referral machine that produced over 600 referrals in just 18 months with a 55% email open rate, which is amazing. He helps entrepreneurs worldwide move from random networking to strategic networking, teaching them how to become super connectors and build businesses fueled with endless introductions. Welcome, Phil.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to chat with you too. So yeah, tell me how you got into this field of work and just why you're so passionate about it.
Well, like I said, I've been in sales for 40 years. I'm 40, almost 49 this year, so I count from the time I was selling World's Finest Chocolate when I was 8 years old. And I just naturally went through the progression of sales. You name it, I've sold it. I didn't find business networking. It was by accident that I found it in 2018, and then I applied all the sales principles to networking. Right, so that's why I did 500 one-to-ones in my first year, and then I did a 5,000 in my career now. But all that was a little bit empty. You know, the cold calling was empty. Then even the networking part, because I was doing it incorrectly. I thought I'd found the golden goose. But what gets me passionate now is I want to take all the time restraints out of networking. So we don't do meetings. We just do strategic introductions. So we're like a private invite only LinkedIn that introduces you to your strategic partners and teaches you how to stay in contact with those strategic partners so they'll continuously send you introductions. So what gets me passionate is helping business owners find a place that they can rest. We got it all here. You know, if you need a connection, I got it. If you need to grow your business, I got it. If you need to be pointed to a program, I got it. And so I want to do all that work for them because I have the energy and all that stuff to do it. And what people hate is the prospecting part and the going to lots of meetings. Some people like the meetings, but some people are like, I'm too busy to go to meetings. So we can do all that for our members for them. So just finding a place to rest and become them. So
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, because I know like I do a lot of networking and the follow-up can be the thing, that can be the longest bit I find is following up. And then, I feel like almost every networking event, you got to spend at least maybe a good couple hours, even up to 4 hours, connecting with people and then having those calls. And like, it's a lot of work.
yes, yes.
That's for sure.
And then you get stuck on calls that weren't so great for you. Or maybe you're being pitch slapped or maybe you're whatever, and then it becomes a waste of your time, right? So that's why we like our vetted community, that these people they're instructed. You just have conversations here. This is not for you to sell. Now, you can get sales just you just got to ask in the right way, right? When the person aligns with what you're doing, then yeah, go for it, right? Do a joint partnership, do whatever, but wait for that alignment.
Yeah, I have that sometimes. Like I think it's going to be just like a networking call, potential, strategic partner or JV or whatever. It's kind of like a chat to see, let's get to know each other better and see what magic can happen. And then all of a sudden it turns into a sales call where they're like, oh, I need what you have. Like, can we talk about that? Like, how can I hire you? And I'm like, oh, okay. And I got to like switch my brain, and it's like,
Yep.
It's kind of funny how things like that can happen.
Yeah.
So how do you think that we can reshape business to be more in integrity?
Yes. Well, first off, this low hanging fruit. So I'll go back to cold calling. That we call it low hanging fruit. If you were to call through a list, it's cold. 2% of the people are going to buy from you. So that's called low hanging fruit. And all sales really is right place, right time, right? So, but when you get into networking, you have a shared belief because you met you network and you met at a group or whatever. So there's a little bit of a commonality. So it moves to more like a 10 to 15% close. So if you were to go back and look at the one-to-ones you did over the last year, you would probably be able to see about a 10 to 15% of those people said yes, they want to do business with you. So what I want to help people do is build a network so large for themselves that they can live on that 10%, therefore keeping their integrity and only educating people on what they do so that the people that come to them are very happy they came to them.
Right. Oh, I love that. What an interesting point of view of it. Yeah. Yeah. Keeping with that integrity. And I love that. Like people talk about having, your thousand raving fans, but you don't actually maybe need like that thousand could be even too big. You probably only need that 10, 15%.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when people really, um, love what you do, they will definitely refer you for sure. So tell us about the connector code and how to turn sort of like these one-to-ones into an endless stream of referrals. Or some
Okay, cool. I'll
tips.
give the
Yeah.
I'll give the short version here. Um, so think of it this way. We kind of hit this niche that we didn't, it was kind of by accident, which is when the best things are created. Is I in 2018 I said I will master follow up, and most salespeople are terrible at follow up. So
Hmm.
that moved into, okay, now we need to stay in contact with the people that after your one to one. So I tell people now, go get your one to ones however you're going to get them, but I'm going to teach you what to do after the one to one. Stay in contact with those strategic partners. Like for example, 3 months ago, I received 3 introductions and I looked at it. I did a one to one with that guy a year ago.
Oh, wow.
And so, because I had stayed in front of him, having a gentle ask for introductions, he sent me those introductions, and that's how we're building people's networks for them very quickly. And again, then you can live off the 10%. Right.
Hmm.
So that's the kind of the basic idea is that we're following up with a group that you normally don't think to follow up with. You just like show up to the same meetings and you see each other around. But if you were to ask them for an introduction to a certain industry, that's what gives the brain something to chew on and then make it easy for them to do. Okay, so if you were to receive an email from me, say so I only, by the way, this marketing only works after you've done your one to one, right? So you go to your meetings, you find or in their group or whatever, and you find your ways to do your one to ones. You come off authentic, be you, all that type of stuff, and then afterwards you say, "Hey, I'd like to every once in a while ask you for an introduction," and the person's always says yes because we're networkers. So then now we've just put automation to it. So I built out a list of 52 categories that I want to be introduced to, and then I send you an email every week and I'll say, "Hey, I'm looking for AI marketing. Do you know somebody in AI marketing?" Oh, I do, because that's the hot topic right now, right? So you go, boom, you click on my referral form that's right in the email, and then it comes up, you give me their information, boom, now they go into a funnel and they come to my calendar. So it's all
Ah.
completely automated.
So
So,
you
and
don't
then there's
ask
the,
them to actually make like an introduction to you. You just ask them to give you their information.
yeah, so you would give me
Oh,
the information of the person that you're referring over, and then there's a little place for you to put your name because we pay for referrals and once
okay.
they become customers. So then there's that also kind of an incentive also. Now, if people are stuck in their ways and say that's what they do is email introductions, no big deal. I let them do the email introduction and then I fill out the form for them on the back end, right? Or I should say my
Mm,
assistant does, right? But we keep
okay.
everything tracked in our system so when someone does buy, I can gently look over and go, "Oh, I know you came from Michael Whitehouse, right?" And
Right.
so I'd be like, "Oh, Michael Whitehouse gets the percentage of this person joining the community."
Hey.
So
Oh, I love
yeah.
that. Yeah, because I've thought about that. Like, so I meet so many people all the time, and I'm like,
Hmm.
and I've always just wondered, I'm like, okay, how do I like keep track of who's who? And even of having my own sort of like Rolodex, if you will, like meet so many people that I can't remember exactly what they do or what kind of category they fall into, because like I find that I always want to make introductions, but I can never remember people. And so do you have
Right.
any sort of advice on that? Like how to keep track to actually refer people?
Yeah, yes. So our system is built for that. We do 2 introductions every week. So I'm already doing the giving part, which is, you give and then receive, right? So because our
Hmm.
system's built that way. But when somebody becomes one of our clients, what we instruct them to do is, and we build it for them, is that we do 3 asks and then we do, hey, jump back on my calendar. Let's do another one to one, and I'll do some introductions for you. So you slowly start becoming the super connector in your own world. And then you only ask for industries that you want to talk to, meaning somebody that can be a power partner for you or someone that can be a client. So then what happens over the next 3 to 6 months of implementing a program like this, you turn into strategic networking as opposed to random networking, which is where most people are at. And
Right.
so yeah, but if you just have that heart of give, 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 like for example, I just joined a group over on school. It's his group. So I'm not gonna try to sell anything in there, but I'm gonna make myself known. I'm commenting on everything, but I'm not even saying what I do. Make them go look it up, right? And that's that attractive marketing piece, right? So,
Right.
but however they get on your calendar, no big deal. Hire services, go to groups, whatever. But after that, build out that relationship. It takes time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Or do you have any tips on how someone can, like, if I want to be that super connector, I want to
yeah.
refer someone that I have met to somebody else, but I can't, like, how do you keep track of that Rolodex? Like, do you have any tips on that? Like, because if I meet 100 people,
Mm.
I'm not going to remember the 100 people's names. I'm not going to remember what they do. I'm not gonna, so if I know
Well,
someone's like, I need someone for an AI thing, like you said, I'd be like, oh, I probably met 5 of those people in the last 3 months, but I couldn't tell you what their names were or
oh, okay. Well, then you need some sort of CRM. We choose to use Go High Level,
yeah,
and then
go
you
ahead.
can I always take everyone's calendar links every time I do a one-to-one with them. So that way, if I ever want to get back in contact with them, I can just jump on their calendar. Or if I want to do an introduction, I can introduce them and give both of them their calendar links because I want to speed up the process.
Right.
Then when
But how
you
do you
come
even know
off,
what
because
they do? Sure, you got
oh,
these
great.
calendar links. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, great question, great question. So my Fathom, or we have all these note takers that come in, right? If you'll take that recording of your Fathom or whatever you're using when you do your Zoom and throw it into Chat GPT and tell it create an elevator pitch for whatever person you just did the one-to-one with, it'll create that for them. And then I have a section inside of my Go High Level that I put that. So when I go
Mhm.
to make an introduction, I pull both of their elevator pitches together and then I tell ChatGPT, tell me why these people should meet, and it comes up with some great stuff. And then we
That's so
create the
cool.
email. We create the email from there.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. Those are some great, great, great things that yeah, that people can do to stay connected for sure. Have this
yeah, I
endless
would
stream
just
of
say
referrals.
once you start networking, people are going to ask you for one-to-ones. If it doesn't feel like they're your category, don't worry about it because you never know where that connection's going to go. So I always say you're one connection away. So make sure you honor that person and always have the one-to-one if they request it. Um, then you want to create 3 industries that you build out your avatar. And I know we're on audio, but imagine a wheel, and the spoke of the wheel is your avatar, the person you want to serve. Then the spokes that come out from the wheel are all the people that are already serving that person, but in a different capacity, right? The bookkeepers, the
Hmm.
whatever to get to that person. Go build all those relationships, and then lend on their um, relationship for the introduction. By the time you get to the calendar, I'm 100% on referral right now because by the time someone hits my calendar, they've already been introduced by somebody else, so they're halfway in.
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
you focus on the outer spokes and not don't go after your even though your client might be some of the people that's going to introduce you to. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
But
I
I
think
always
that's
say
a
you're one
really,
connection away. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. One connection away. Yeah. And it's really to get really creative with what those folks are. Like for
Mm-hmm.
me, I work with established coaches. So it's like, oh yeah, so who else worked with established coaches? Well, it could be, yeah, like you saying, it could be someone in legal, it could be someone in finance, or it could be like assistants, and it could be people who do fashion. It could be
Mm-hmm.
people that do, like advertising or PR, right? It could be TV people who do TV shows, things like that, right? So there's like all these
Mm-hmm.
different, you can think about different ways, like, who of that, like who else do they have in their world and what industry are they in? And then you can connect them because then you'll have sort of similar clients.
Yeah, because then once you know those industries, then you can go after things like if you're going to go find podcasts to be on, all the ones that serve that industry, you want to be on that podcast, right? So you now know where to go put your efforts, if you will,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
And to ask
exactly.
for
Yeah.
introductions to those. Because I always say, like, if you're a web designer and a great referral partner for you is a branding coach, then let's go meet 500 branding coaches, right?
Right.
So not just the 2 or 3 that you met. So
Right. Yeah. 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 So interesting of all the conversations you can have and who can connect you with you. Yeah, you never know where it's going to go, which I think is always nice. And I always like how you said as well to always be giving first, is one of those
Mhm.
things in those networking calls, which I was always taught that I love is like always ask, how can I support you? And see how you
Mhm.
can support that person and make a note of it as well. So you can look back and get to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I forget everything. So I have to write everything down. Um, but yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because it's totally a different thing when you become their customer. So if I see something that's low ticket, for example, like a lot of people are starting up these school groups, right? Some of them are starting at $10 and all that stuff. I join those groups. Why? Because now I'm now their customer, so they look at me differently,
Mm,
right? But if I can afford to jump into 10 of those groups at $10 and it's only $100 a month, I'm giving, and now they see me differently because I'm their customer. And
nice.
so they're going to do their best to try to connect me with different people and things of that nature, right? So it's that, like you said, support as many people as you can. The guy just a minute ago had a book for sale on Amazon. I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything out of it, but it was $5, so I bought it, right? Hey, I supported you, right? But you want to just, help as many people as you
Yes.
can that way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And that's also, yeah, kind of fun because I know a lot of people that when they first launch their book, they'll even do, you can get the Kindle version for like $1 usually on the first day that they launch it,
mhm,
So
mhm,
be that good friend, be that good referral partner and buy their book. And then you can even post about it too, being like, hey, I just bought this book or repost their post about the book that shows that it's only a
mhm.
dollar, and that just kind of really keeps you top of mind for somebody and then they remember and then they also want to give back to you in some way.
100%. It's that law of reciprocity I talk about is you can't outgive the universe. So the more you give, that tidal wave comes back. So you can't outgive it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love
Anything
it.
else
And
that
then
you'd love to
yeah,
share?
I'll just throw one more thing out at you. I had a customer that I got a couple months ago, and I was able to count back 16 generations from when I met the person. So it was
What do you
really
mean
kind of
by
fun.
that?
Yeah. So I get introduced Fred that introduced me to this person, that introduced me to this person, and so on and so forth. And by the time we got down to the 16th one, that's the one that became a customer.
Wow.
So my point is, you're one connection away. You have no idea where that's going to go. Just as
Yeah.
long as you treat people fairly, nicely, and just educate on what you do, there's going to be somebody that's ready, or they'll know somebody that's ready for your service.
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. And I love also as well as being really open to where it may go. But how the
Mm-hmm.
conversation is going to go. Maybe you can collaborate on something. Maybe some opportunity will come up. Maybe you'll talk in someone's group. Like there's so many different ways that you can collaborate with people and
Sure.
ways that you can give to them and just really be open to the different ideas and see where it might go. And
Mm-hmm.
again, and also if it doesn't feel aligned, then just kind of course
Yeah.
correct as well. Cause sometimes I've gotten situations where I was like, oh, my heart isn't into this. Like it's not going to be and there's nothing to against them at all. It's just not aligned in where I'm going with my business or whatever, but still want to, of course, keep them connected. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
awesome.
Just staying in their world in a unique way is very important. But don't ask for the sale. Don't put them on your newsletter immediately. Don't tell them, just asking for the introduction and then being willing to give introductions is so powerful because they'll stay in your world because you're of value to them, right?
Yes,
So,
yes. There's nothing I hate more than someone coming on my call and then pitching me right away. And I'm like, I didn't ask for your services.
mhm,
Why are you selling to
exactly,
me? Like almost,
exactly,
like immediately that puts me off. I'm like, okay, well, this conversation's going to end soon because that was not a great experience. I even put that in
exactly.
if it's like a coffee chat or something, I actually put that like, this is not a sales call. If you plan to just sell me, like, please don't book this call. I actually put that
Yep,
as a little
yep,
disclaimer in my Calendly.
yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
And I see that happening more and more with people when I go to book on their calendar, which is
You
great. The word's getting out. Let's stop that.
stop doing that. Yeah. And don't put me on your email list. Yeah. Sometimes even people like will ask me, I'll know them for a while, I'll be like, hey, like, do you want to be on my email list? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like I get 100 emails a day. And if I was on everybody I know it's emails list, I'd probably get like 500 emails a day. And I just like, it's so
Mhm,
overwhelming. I can hardly keep up.
mhm.
So I ask usually not to get put on people's email list. Yeah, unless it's something like, like a general, like
Yeah.
a networking thing that I go to all the time. And that's a bit different.
Exactly. So you want to be aware of it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was so powerful that we have a 55% open rate. I'll end with
That's
that
amazing.
because we're not selling anything, guys. So it's sell without selling. So Sell without
Exactly.
selling. It's just position yourself as the best of what you do, and then people will buy when they're ready. It's just like
Yes,
that.
exactly. And you'll stay top of
So,
mind.
mhm.
Well, thank you so
Love it.
much for this, Phil. This has been awesome. Tell me where our listeners can find you online.
Yeah, so probably the easiest. I'm Phil the Connector on almost all the platforms, but probably the easiest Facebook. Just go look up Phil Harrington. That's Herrington. Message me there. I'd love to have you come to a tour and figure out if we align. And yeah, love to help any way I can.
Awesome. Thank you. And to finish us off, do you have any final words of wisdom?
Um, yeah. No. I think the one connection away was what I had. So I should have saved it to the end, but just treat people kindly. People want to help you grow. You just got to ask, and I think there's more good people than bad people out there. So,
Yeah.
and having that mindset is a great mindset.
Yeah, I think so too.
So,
Awesome. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you for being on the show.
all right, have a great day.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it inspired you to live a more authentic life. I'd love your help in inspiring more people to live authentically. So please follow, rate, and leave a review so we can create a ripple effect of authenticity. Until next time, stay true to you, be bold, and thrive on your own terms. This is Elisa, signing off authentically.